Good morning, campers. It's Denver Wayne coming to you from Denver. And I got another TradingView tip for you. I'm going to show you how to make your TradingView display sessions that look like this, kind of similar to what FXCM does. So let's get started. First, I'm going to take these off so I can show you how to set them up. And here we go. Click on indicators. Click on public library. Type in opening into the search. Go down here, scroll down till you find Forex sessions open range J fixed update. Click on that to add it to your chart. Okay, you can just double click on it to get your settings, and just to let you know, you don't have to remember all this. I'm going to post a handout with all these settings on it. You don't need to worry about saving them. So for the London session, we're going to check London, and we're going to go down here and type in a 10 for 10 hours. That's what we're going to get for the London session. That's probably should, yeah. There's a reason. There's a reason for that, because it does some funky things. Just take my word for it. Check London session. Check 10 here. Don't need to worry about anything else. Go over here, click style. These first two style boxes here set the lines at the top and the bottom of the session, and you can uncheck everything else except at the very, 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 very bottom. I'll show you because there's a lot of these. I'll tell you what these are for later, and you can play with those if you want, but I haven't done much with them, so I'm not going to try and tell you something I don't know anything about. Okay, and then this is going to set the color and the intensity for the fill of your session box. Okay, click OK, and for some reason that still doesn't look right. Oh, yes. Oh no, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm confused because I got the color wrong. I'm gonna make this green because that's how I have it, and then maybe I won't get as confused. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it red. That pink. Yes, that's the London session. Of course, you can make it whatever you want. I'm just trying to do my best not to confuse myself. There's the London session. There you go. Now let's go back to indicators, back to public library, type in opening, go down here, put that indicator on again, and we're going to set it up for the Frankfurt open. That's going to be your range box if you're doing a London open breakout trade. Bear with me. As I've mentioned in the past, I don't like doing live sessions because I'm not very organized and I don't plan very well. I'm not, I don't script everything out in PowerPoints like some of these guys that do a really excellent job of that. So I mess up sometimes, like I did just a little bit ago. Hey, that's the way it goes. Okay, we're going to set up the Frankfurt breakout, and what that's going to be, that's going to show you the high and the low of the 1 hour prior to the London Open. We want to set this for 2 o'clock, and you may have to adjust this. This is for Mountain time zone. Although, actually, let me take that back. All these time settings in here, they're set for New York. So 1 hour before the London Open is 2 o'clock. Not in my time zone, but it doesn't matter. You're always going to use New York here. London opens at 3. London opens at 3. Set that for 2. And for some reason, and I don't know exactly why, but the guy that wrote this said set that for 2:01. I don't know why, but I believe him, so I do it. Okay, so now this is Frankfurt. This is 2 o'clock New York, 3 o'clock New York, Frankfurt Open, London Open. If you want to do a London breakout trade, which you should be doing if you possibly can, that's going to be your breakout box. You're going to look for the big candle to come out of it, and you're going to get in and get your big London move. Okay, now let's throw the New York on there. Go back to indicators, public, opening, and put that on there again. What did I do? I didn't hit OK. Gosh dang it. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm sorry. Okay, we're in the inputs. We're going to pick check New York up here, and we're going to set this for, what do we set that for? See, even I got to look at my settings. Set that for 3 hours. And go to our inputs. Go to a million of these freaking things. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. No more singing. We'll make that some kind of greenish color. And there's our New York session. Now, let me show you something about this. The guy that wrote this program, he wrote it as a breakout program that's going to show the highs and the lows. Okay? So, you set your session, or you can make your own custom session. So you set your session, and then down here, the number that you put in here is the number of hours. It's the amount of time that it's going to show you a high and a low. Okay? Now, on the London session, I was able to put in the full length of time that is the London session, and so then it for that session it shows me the high and the low for the whole session. I can't do that on New York because for some reason, if I go over 3 hours, I'm not quite sure why this is. It has something to do with session breaks. Let's say I put 8 hours in there, so I get the whole high and low of the whole session. It does this, which is kind of weird. I don't fully understand why that is. I just know that it does that. It's going back to, it's crossing a session break to the previous session to get these numbers, and then it makes everything all jacked up. So it took me a long time to figure all this stuff out. So you set that for 3. You get your London session. You don't necessarily get the high and the low, which is kind of a bummer. So be it. That's the way it goes. And let me look at this for just a minute. I did not set that for 1 hour. So if you look over here, you see I didn't get the high. I didn't set up my session to use the full hour. So it was defaulting back to this 15 minutes. So I set that on 1 hour, and you'll see that I should now get the high and the low, the high and the low. Okay. There it is. If you want to know about London breakout, that's another thing. But I can tell you that it breaks out big time almost all the time. Big moves out of London. That's why the London's such a big deal. Pretty seldom that it comes all the way back to stop you out. It's a great trade. That's why Jody and everybody else makes such a big deal about trading the London Open. What is all this crap? Get off of there. I got all this crap on here. Okay. You will notice sometimes as these sessions are painting onto the chart that they won't be straight lines on the top or the bottom. If you see that and it bothers you, just click out of this chart to a different chart, then click back into it, and it'll straighten it all out. You'll see what I mean if you get to using this from time to time. I think it's a pretty cool session indicator. It's pretty cool if you want to do London breakout trades. You can do pretty well on those. It's not every time, but most of the time you get nice big moves. Rarely do you, if you set your entry somewhere down here, put your stop at the top of the breakout box, or vice versa. Pretty rare that it triggers your trade and goes all the way back up to stop you out. It just doesn't happen that often. Cool. There it is. Hope you enjoy it. Happy trading. See ya.